Good morning. It's Tuesday today. We're going to spray some beans here in a little bit, but I just now got a notification that our rain machine stopped. I'm guessing that circuit breaker on the generator tripped out again. So we got to go figure that out. I don't know how I'm going to track down what's causing this problem. This is going to be a problem. Sure enough, same thing. Well, either that breaker is getting weak and needs replaced, or there's a wire that's gotten chewed on by a mouse somewhere and we're going to have to find it, but I don't know where, and it's probably down there. It's going to be a problem. All right, well, the thing is, I don't understand why it'll run for, this ran for 12, 15 hours overnight here, just fine. All right, well, it started back up. There's nothing to it. Just flip that breaker. We're gonna have to figure something out. We might have to switch the generators out and bring the one back from Berkey or something, the one that we started with up here. I don't know what else to do. Oh boy. All right, so we're back up here at the rain field. We've been more drops, right? We got broken Ys on the bottom now. They're getting into the steer tire. So I had talked to the rep, and they actually sent their guy up here, and we put new ones on and put these straps back on here that should keep them out of that tire at least. So he was going over a few other things, doing a few checks, and looking at a few things while he's here, and making some adjustments to some stuff. Should be good to go. I got some spraying to do, so we're gonna go start spraying. It is not fun to get out there. Holy cow. That's all right. Yeah, like I said, everything's run pretty good for the most part. Our generator's our biggest issue right now. We're trying to get this drops breaking issue solved, which I think we're pretty close to that. They've beefed up the connections quite a bit, and we'll take them, put those straps back on so it keeps them out of the steer tire. They're talking about making up another shield to go over the tire there to keep them out of that a little bit more. Would probably help, but we'll let them mess with it, and we're gonna go fire up the sprayer. Spraying beans. Where are we gonna start? I think we're gonna start with the easy stuff. The field's right behind the barn here that we looked at yesterday that were at R3. They're our early maturing ones. Miravis is the big thing that we need. The other thing we're going to need is our insecticide. I like to use insecticide on beans because we get a lot of bugs eating leaves. So we'll go grab that pallet out of the barn, and we'll probably use up some boron, although we've got to spray the corn down to Berkey yet, which is where that boron is supposed to go. So we'll hold on to roughly enough to do all of that. That's probably about what's in there, actually. And then we've got a couple of fields where we'll use some of the Anderson's foliar stuff up today. There's a lot of jugs. I thought it was bad the other day when we were doing corn. It's going to be worse today. Just about loaded up here. We've got our insecticide and our Miravis in the tank. We're doing enough for 75 acres here, so we need 1,125 gallons of water. Get this first load off. Spraying. Get used to this view. We're going to have it for a while, most of the week. We're not going to spray all day, every day. Technically, you should spray earlier in the morning than in the hot heat in the afternoon. Sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't, but we're going to do a couple loads every day, I would guess. Boxes, jugs are no good. Holy cow. We loaded up for 20 acres. 20! That's it! I got a little 20-acre test strip back here in the March planted beans. 3 passes. It's only 300 gallons on here. Over 100 of it is stuff out of jugs. The things I do for trials. Oh well. So we have in here a couple of different Anderson's products. We've got a product called Overpass 10-2-10, 10% nitrogen, 2% phosphorus, 10% potash, potassium, and I think it's 1% boron and 1/4% manganese, maybe, or something like that. And then we've got a product called Correct K, which is it's like 20 or 25% potash, maybe a little bit of nitrogen in it or something. We've got some of our Sweet and Easy, the sugar product. Where are we going here? Figure out where we're going before I get out here in the field. That's all the Anderson stuff. We've got our Source. I forgot to put that in the first load, but that's all right. So our Source XC, which is for soybeans. We've got our Miravis, and we've got our insecticide. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on in this one, and it was a lot in jugs, and it took me a long time to get them emptied. All right, we went back and loaded up after we got done with that 20 acres. The 20 acres is the dark blue strip. 3 passes there, and then we reloaded basically with the same stuff, just without the foliars, the gallon to the acre products. Two of them that were a gallon to the acre, and the other one that was 2 quarts to the acre. Left that stuff out, but we still have the fungicide, the insecticide, the Source, and we're spraying the rest of the field. So the only difference between this pass and the one next to it is the foliar, and it should give us a decent trial. Well, we got done spraying, went home and got some lunch, and I found the boys, and we're on another go-kart rescue mission. This time we're not stuck. We are out of gas. We'll fill them up here. If I can do this without spilling it everywhere. He picked a bad spot to run out of. You gonna go? Hurry up, get in.
Hey Grayson, do you know those brown weeds? Grayson, those brown weeds are dead of those green spiky plants.
They managed to find a thistle patch, and they're a little pokey with shorts on.
What?
Get in. So they were complaining about it, having to walk through them. Yeah, well, that's how it works. Is it gonna start?
Huh?
Is it gonna start?
Soon. Is that even pie? Let me pull it out.
Pull. And they're off. See ya. Someday, those two fight so much that you can barely stand to be around them. And then there's days like today where, for whatever reason, they're working together, they're playing together, and they're getting along really well. They were playing a game and standing on Grandma's rocks and reading books outside together earlier. They've been riding a go-kart together. They picked a wagon load of rocks with fossils in them and took them down to our house to line my landscaping around the house. Just like been out and about all morning doing their own thing, and that's great. Unfortunately, it's rare or less common than them yelling at each other. Back to working on my landscaping project. Today's goal is to get the electrical done. I was hoping to get stone and plants and stuff, but I'm running out of time for that. So we got to get a breaker box mounted, we got to get a plug mounted, we got to get a transformer mounted, we got to run our low voltage wire and place my lights. So I need a few supplies. We got to run to the hardware store. Okay, well, progress has been sort of slow here. I did get a little mini breaker box mounted, and we got to get everything tightened up and glued, but that's there. I'm working on getting this, figuring out how I'm going to mount this kind of below that there, whether I just hang it or what. For the outlet box, I've got a weatherproof cover there for that, and then we've got to figure out where to hang the transformer, which I have right here. This is the low voltage transformer for the landscape lighting, and we'll get our wire run. I did have to go to town to get some of those fittings and stuff, and so while I was there I thought, well, I might as well get the other stuff that I need. So we got some black granite here, which is the stone we're going to put around the flagpole in the circle. We're going to use some crushed river rock over there. It's a little bit different to separate the areas a little bit, and then I also got the other 3 boxwoods that I need for the other side of the flagpole. So it's coming. It's just very slow progress. Well, I guess it's gonna rain a little. That's good. It's not gonna be much. I can see the sun, but we got a little shower popped up here. I got concrete in the back of the truck. I don't really want that to get too wet, so we're gonna go ahead and pull inside and probably call it a night. Not much. Didn't even get the ground wet. I mean, it's technically still raining, but that's about it. Oh, I even left the window down on my truck trying to get it to rain. Darn it. Ah, well, the irrigation is still running. Everything's gone really well today, so hopefully we're good. But we'll keep an eye on stuff up there. Try and get a couple more loads of soybean fungicide sprayed out tomorrow, and we'll keep pecking away at my landscaping stuff here. Not being super productive. Today was not that great of a day. Sorry. It's all right. It's all right. Thanks for watching anyway. Have a great night. If we yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. I'll make a video tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be more exciting than today's.